Okay, let's see how many of you figured out the direction in which I was going to take this. Hello, everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Rebel. Welcome to the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast number 237. This is the one about the day Jeet Kune died. As you all know, today is the 49th anniversary of the passing of Bruce Lee. So as you're logging in, if you'd be kind enough to say where you're logging in from, hit the like button and feel free to continue doing so throughout the broadcast. If you're catching the simulcast over on the YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well. If you'd like to support the program, please visit jkdrebel.com, click on the Rebel Gear link, and that's where you'll see stuff like this, the JKD Notables coffee mug. Also available is a t-shirt, long sleeve, short sleeve, sweatshirt, hoodie, all that good stuff. But of course, the best thing you can do is to share this video and spread the word about the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast. All right, so let's get into this. My JKD colleague Vincent Mazzola Perez looked at the pictures, the photos that I used in the preview postcard, right? And he said those are some heavy pictures, and he's right. What I was hoping that people would notice is that they are photos from Bruce Lee's funeral and not photos from July 20th, 1973, because I don't have any of those. I don't know if anybody does, but I don't have any pictures from July 20th, 1973, right? But I did it to make a point. Let me turn it into a question. What do you think happened on this fateful day 49 years ago? Before you answer, let me repeat the question in a similar vein. What happened on May 4th, 1938? What happened on April 26th, 1969? And more recent past, what happened on January 29th, 2009? So I'll tell you. May 4th, 1938, Jigoro Kano died. April 26, 1969, Morihei Ueshiba died. And on January 9th, 2009, Helio Gracie died, right? Obviously, what these gentlemen have in common with Bruce Lee is that they're all founders of a martial art method. So hopefully you see by now where I'm going with this. Do you know of anyone who talks in terms of judo having died in 1938, Aikido having died in 1969, or Gracie Jiu-Jitsu having died in 2009 when the founders passed away? The answer is no. And when you think about it, wouldn't it be ridiculous to think in those terms? Look at how much judo has developed in the years since the passing of the founder. Aikido has developed. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu has developed. And in their developing, I'm sure there have been rifts and controversies and splits and whatever in this direction and whatever in that direction. But you never hear anybody talking about judo dying, Aikido dying, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu dying. So why do they do this with Bruce Lee? See, so the whole title of today's broadcast, The Day Jeet Kune Died, is a misnomer. It's not. It's not July 20th, 1973. It's the day that Bruce Lee died, not his art, and certainly not his philosophy. The proponents of the idea, this ridiculous idea that Jeet Kune died with Bruce Lee, appear to be the ones who think that, so Bruce Lee has departed the mortal coil, and he took all of Jeet Kune with him. And I've come to gather that some of these people are encouraged in this way of thinking when they hear people like Dan Inosanto say only Bruce Lee could do things certain ways, which appears to convince them that Jeet Kune is then only what Bruce Lee could do. If Bruce Lee couldn't or didn't do it, then it isn't Jeet Kune Do, right? So if that's true, then the art must have died with him 49 years ago. Recently, again in a similar vein, is this has been floated this idea that if Bruce Lee is dead, and then people come along later, and if Bruce Lee's dead, then people shouldn't call what they're doing Jeet Kune Do because he's gone, and so you shouldn't use the name of the art if the founder has passed away. So I'll ask you again: has anybody done that with judo? Has anybody done that with Aikido? Have they done that with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu? I don't think so. My understanding is that there's stuff being done in judo that Kano never even dreamt about. There's stuff being done in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. The little bit that I know about Jiu-Jitsu is in the early days, there were no leg locks. But as Gracie Jiu-Jitsu got exposed to other arts, and as other arts got exposed to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, there was this blending, let's call it, right? And so there was an influence from other arts, and now Gracie Jiu-Jitsu has leg locks in it. So I ask again, why are they trying to do this with Bruce Lee? In my estimation, simple reason. Bruce Lee was a celebrity. Bruce Lee became a household name, a worldwide phenomenon who inspired a ton of people to start training in martial arts. Definitely boosted the Hong Kong Kung Fu film industry and probably influenced the development of action films overall. But with that celebrity came the opportunity to create controversy and build it around the idea that there were Bruce Lee students who were teaching what they got from him, and there were Bruce Lee students who were teaching what they got from him, but going past that material and looking into other things. And so take that kind of idea, take those actualities, mix them up and blend them and put them to cook for decades, and you end up today with these ideas about Jeet Kune Do being dead, Jeet Kune Do, the whole ordeal. Look at it. So here's some of the recent things, right? There's always been the ordeal about what is and what isn't Jeet Kune Do. Are there forms or are there not forms in Jeet Kune Do? Who's legitimate, right? Who's certified? Who isn't certified? Who was going to set up an organization to certify or not, right? Who knows and who doesn't know? Who was there and who wasn't there? Are there ranks in Jeet Kune Do? Were there ranks in Jeet Kune Do? Should there be ranks in Jeet Kune Do? The different stages of the art. What are the true names of the art? What would Bruce Lee have done had he lived? And on and on and on. And this is really leading me to think that there are many people out there in Jeet Kune Do who are at the stage where they should be listening more, they should be asking more questions, and they should be trying to work things out rather than talking a whole lot about Jeet Kune Do. So I'm going to close and ask you to keep this in mind. It's a Bruce Lee quote as we know it, but it's adapted from a Wilford Peterson quote about simplicity. Makes perfect sense then. Bruce Lee came across a quote about simplicity. We know that simplicity is a hallmark of Jeet Kune Do, and so Bruce Lee adopted the quote and said, Jeet Kune Do avoids the superficial, penetrates the complex, goes to the heart of the problem, and pinpoints the key factors. I think if you keep that kind of thinking in mind, it just might color your approach to Jeet Kune Do discussion and Jeet Kune Do debate. So what say you? You think do you agree it was Bruce Lee who passed away, or did Jeet Kune Do die with him and everything else that I talked about? Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all I got to say about this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D. Woods. Remember that at paypal.me/UnifiedMA Miami is the Jeet Kune Do Journey Volume 1, raw but edited first edition. And coming up, do I have it here? I should have it. Yes, okay, there we go. Put that up there. Coming up on this Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Jeet Kune Do Dialogues episode, a return visit of my two Trini partners, G. Anthony Joseph and Marvin Ishmael. So come hang out with three carabiners and see what kind of trouble we get ourselves in. All right, okay, and that's about it. So today's a blue day. There you go. All right. And so see some of you at 6 p.m. If not, see you next week for another issue of the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. Until then, this is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, signing off. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Be safe. Talk soon.